Stephanie Miller welcomes Michael Steele to the program. Michael, as many of you remember, was the chairman of the Republican Party not too many years ago, but now doesn't even recognize the current GOP.
Not lie about it. You don't get to ask any more questions. I'm done with you. Because you're the cause. You're
One
the
more
cause
thing. You
of
call
our
the
country.
Democrats a
No.
party
You're
of
the cause of
pedophiles.
our
Do you have any
country being
response to
divided.
that?
You're the cause of our country being divided. You're the cause of President Trump almost being assassinated. You're the cause of everything wrong
where's
in
your
America.
evidence for those claims?
No, you're done. You're done. Yeah, go back.
Thank you.
You know, Michael, I'm trying to imagine what my dad would have thought of serving in Congress with Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert. And, you know, as you tweeted, Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, J6 insurrectionists sitting in a D.C. jail are where they belong. They're not patriots. They're not political prisoners. More performative BS sanctioned by Speaker McCarthy. That's what's become of your party. I mean, the fact that they're still wearing, you know, AR-15 lapel pins around, even after Nashville. I have to ask you, you tweeted every president since Clinton, every last one has had to stand before the country after the killing of innocents to speak to a tragedy we won't do anything about. Today, thoughts and prayers. Again, tomorrow, nothing changes as usual. But you've got Republicans now, Michael, saying, we're not going to fix this. Oh, we've done all we can do. That's it. You know, guns are the number one killer of children, and that's it. We're not going to fix it.
And let's expand that thought, Stephanie, because they have done all that they are going to do to fix the problem, which is nothing. All right, do nothing. But then on the flip side of that, they're expanding the space into which more children will be killed. Because now in some states, they've allowed, I think it's maybe Idaho or Montana, one of the states have now said that children of any age can carry a firearm without any repercussions, except for when the kid goes to school and gets pissed off at a classmate and decides to shoot him and 3 or 4 other people. So this is they're creating an environment. I look at it this way. You have a situation where it's so out of control that they give into the thing that they've created. In other words, we can't fix it. We don't know. This was a thought experiment that's suddenly now gone bad, right? Mm-hmm. And they don't know how to get out of it. They don't know how to extricate themselves from it because they don't want to be embarrassed by.
And this is where Michael Steele,
by saying, "Oh yeah, we were wrong."
Michael Steele, this is where I would pull you gently into the light. And if I lived in D.C., I would work my charms on you every single day until you came fully to the light, to the Democratic Party. Because both sides do not do it. It is because of the Republican Party we don't have sensible gun legislation. And as you know, the polling, that's what you did for the longest time. The polling is all on our side on these issues. And it's the Republican Party that have gotten so extreme. Why, Michael, for instance, do we have to say it's impossible to get an assault weapons ban?
But you've got, for every Republican you want to scream at, you've got a Joe Manchin who's on the Democratic side, who's not
one of them.
Kirsten Sinema.
Oh please, she's not a Democrat anymore.
Well, but I'm just saying, back in the day when the Democrats had control of the White House, the Congress, and the Senate, give me the legislation they promoted to the country, even if they knew it was going to lose, to reform the system. I don't recall the Clinton bill. I don't recall the Obama bill, and I don't recall the Biden bill.
It's under George W. Bush that the assault weapons ban expired, and we have the statistics on that, on how. What is it? 250%? Mass shootings have gone up since we let that expire. We have the stats from UK and Scotland.
I got that, but you've also had Democrats in charge of the Congress, the House, the Senate, and the White House, and nothing's gotten done either. My point is, it's easy for both of us to sit here and blame the Republicans, and there's a lot to put at their doorstep, right? But
all of it, almost all of it.
They just got the majority back. And it's only a 4-seat majority in the House. Yeah. Right. Nancy Pelosi had the majority, a 4-seat majority, and worked miracles. But I didn't see the gun legislation proposal. And so as a number of congressmen have said on MSNBC on my air, both Democrats and Republicans, if anybody's serious about it, then petition the bill to the floor. It's very easy to do.
Yeah.
You got the bill, you can put it on the floor. There's nothing to stop you from the process. Everyone acts like they're so handcuffed by the system, but they're the one who writes the rules for the system.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. I'm not going to. I'll take all the heat for Republicans on this issue because we've been complete, jerks about this and seemingly don't care about kids being killed. Having said that, I'll also say, as citizens, we have a responsibility to unelect these people.
Yeah.
And to if this is an issue that is more important to us than any other issue.
And I think the more Maxwell Frosts we get in, and Jamal Bowman's and people that a lot of these people were in the lockdown generation. Yeah.
90-some% of the Congress got reelected last year. So I mean, you have a chance to sort of turn these people out. Look, Stephanie, the country gave power back to the Republicans who fomented insurrection. So what does that tell you? Is that a Republican problem or is that an American people problem?
Yeah. Well, it's your party. It's all your fault. Michael.
Well, wait a minute. It's my party. It's all my fault. But you voted for it.
Well, I mean, I think, honestly, you're also part of the media now. And I think this also, don't you think the media has helped normalize Trump and this Republican Party to some degree when you and I are sitting here going, they tried to overthrow the government of the United States. My father was a prosecutor at Nuremberg. What really? We haven't decided yet the Nazis are bad? We have a ex-president who called them very fine people? I mean, I think what's happening is sort of beyond just Trump, don't you think? There is something that is...
Yes, and that's my point. That's exactly the point I was making just now, that this is not... Trump has been sort of like the grease that's put on the road that just causes everything to slip and slide in different directions. And he's given permission to people to behave certain ways.
Yep.
He's given license to people to do certain things. And for the first time, everyone wraps themselves around the excuse, oh, I'm such a victim. Oh, they always talk bad about us. These liberals do this and these progressives do that. They hate us and blah, 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 blah. Well, it sounds to me you need to lie on a couch somewhere and work it out because, you can't be that much of a snowflake because, quite honestly, it ain't running like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not. You're the ones with the guns.
Yeah.
You're the ones sanctioning the killings. You're the ones who make excuses for the bad behavior and the racism and the white nationalism, right? Yeah. So at what point were you upended by wokeism? Oh, you mean to tell me you have to recognize that this young person over here is going through their own sexual discovery and have decided that this is where they are and you don't like that? That now threatens you?
Yeah.
To the point where you need to feel you need to inject yourselves into their life situation. Yeah. So you're going to prevent the woman from getting the health care she needs when she's dealing with a difficult pregnancy. You're going to step in in the face of a soldier who's is serving our country, but is also going through a transition of their own, and you don't want that to happen.
Listen, every time I think I'm a liberal and a lesbian, I come into contact with you, and then everything just